Good afternoon, everybody. Here we are once again with the Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things podcast. You know, that's a long name. I think we need to come up with something different. But that's what we came up with at the time when we started. I'm Bob Turner. I'm your host, as they say. And something that I haven't shared before as we've gotten into this is number 12 now, and we don't have any sponsors, but I haven't really said, hey, I'm Bob Turner from Turner Builders. I'm a general contractor. We are a full service general contractor, but I also do this podcast. We're having fun with it. So, in light of any sponsors, I'll just say that Turner Builders is our biggest sponsor. Another person that's helping us out is Mitchell Powers from Powers Promotions. He's the guy sitting behind the camera, and he does all my stuff for all the Turner Builders videos that you see. But this is something different. We're having fun with it. We're getting out and talking with cool people, ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Today we've got Erin Cooke McAllister, and we're here at H2O Fitness Collaborative in Scarborough, Maine. So Erin's a friend of mine. I've known her for a long time. I really just want to know when we're going back to Arizona and ride bikes again.
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough, exactly. She and her husband Duncan are good friends of mine. I've actually done projects for you guys at your home.
Yes,
so we've kind of been friends for a long time, and she just put this place together and opened 6 months ago. It's a fitness collaborative. We're going to talk about what that's like. Talk about what it's been like to open a business kind of in the middle of COVID and all that stuff. And just take a few minutes and chat with Erin about where she's been and where she's going. So Erin, tell us a little bit about yourself. Thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here. Yeah, so I've been a physical therapist in the area here for going on 18 years, and I'm grateful to be here in Southern Maine. We have a wonderful group of healthcare practitioners over the years that I've worked with, and wonderful community, motivated community. And I've been a physical therapist in Falmouth for a number of years, and when COVID hit, as many of us did, we had hours to sit back a little bit and reflect on where our lives were going and what we were doing okay, and maybe some of the things we weren't doing okay. What could we do better? And I think everyone had a different angle and impact on COVID, and it impacted me in the kind of kicked me into gear a little bit. And being like and also being 45, I was like, maybe this is a little reminder of life is short, and I think I can do my life a little bit better, because it was my first impact of actually life's really fragile, and what I thought was really in line yesterday is very different the next day when we had to shut down and close down, and we didn't know when at my practice there if we were going to sink or swim, and everyone it was scary.
Yeah. So for people that don't know, including me, define fitness collaborative. When you started this project, I was like, fitness collaborative, what is she talking about? She's gonna have a pool, she's gonna have a little CrossFit stuff going on, and some Pilates, and it was, to me, kind of a neat idea. So how has it played out? What is it? What are you doing?
Wonderful. So over the years, I've met a wonderful community of fitness enthusiasts, a variety of skills and passions, including Pilates, for example, and CrossFit, and functional strengthening, and women's health, acupuncture, massage therapy. And in my practice over the course of 18 years, when I work with somebody, I am one very small piece of their healthcare puzzle. I work alongside their PCP, but oftentimes people need much more than just me. They need support, they need community, they need Pilates perhaps, they need some acupuncture to reset their system, and they don't have time or money or scheduling opportunities to go to 3 different places.
Right.
So the collaborative being, let's all be under one roof and let's try to provide effective, innovative, efficient care. We can do better, and that's what COVID did for me. Let's come together and do better in healthcare here in Maine.
So you've kind of assembled an all-star cast of fitness people, fitness professionals, health and fitness professionals, all under the same roof. And so if somebody walks through the door and they need top-tier physical therapy, they can get it. Or they want any of those other things you mentioned. I mean, you've got aquatic physical therapy, hydro fitness classes. You've got a CrossFit at the pool.
The treadmill. We have an underwater treadmill in the pool, and hydro fitness classes.
So you're running underwater?
Yes, and so, when a high school athlete plays basketball, sprains his or her ankle, they can't weight bear potentially for a week or 2, but I can get them in the water because they're 70% unloaded. So I can get them walking, get their confidence back. So much of acute care or triaging is showing people you can weight bear, you can move, don't stop moving. Whatever you do, let's find a creative way for you to move, whether it's on a reformer and you're not on your foot, but you're you're on your back and your core.
Right.
So that we don't lose our athletic self, we don't get derail.
Sure. What's the mix, the demographic, I guess, for lack of a better term, amongst your client base? Is it men and women? Is it kids? Is it elderly? Is it kind of run the gamut?
Yeah, it runs a gamut, but between 35 and 75, runs a gamut.
Adults,
basically. Predominantly adults. Yep. But we help children the age of 9 up to 95. So
if someone needs PT, they can get referred here. That you take insurance.
We do.
Okay.
And we have cash-based options too for those people that have are in extenuating
Somebody
circumstances.
may use their healthcare spending
That's
or whatever.
Right, HSA options. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You can get a massage here.
Yep.
I may never leave.
I know. I spend a lot of time here too myself.
So tell me about the CrossFit
Yes.
stuff. This is CrossFit Beacon classes. So have you formed an alliance with CrossFit?
Yes, it's wonderful. And there's such a nice carryover between what I do, which is I like to think of, I build your foundation of the pyramid. I train, I teach, I help educate you on your strengths and weaknesses and your asymmetries. I give you the foundational exercises, but then you need to take that to the next level. And Kristen is amazing. She has created a model at CrossFit Beacon that is community-based, teaching moms that are 6 weeks out postpartum, teaching dads that need to be able to carry the baby that have a rotator cuff repair.
Sure.
So they are the next level in functional strengthening, using kettlebells and dumbbells and the barbells. And so we get the best of both worlds in we check the box of some strengthening, but then we also are able to repair and heal and complement our rotator cuff surgery.
Well, backing up a bit.
Yeah.
You had practice before, so this was a dream, I'm sure. So how gratifying has it been to kind of make that switch to just, I won't say run of the mill, but traditional PT, you go in, you see the physical therapist, you do the exercises, you go home, you work on your home program. Well, here, if somebody wanted to really come here often, they can work out, they can do a whole bunch of things. Do you have a bunch of people that are doing that?
Good question. Right now, everything is by classes.
Okay.
So people sign up for classes, and yes, we do have people doing that. We don't have a membership per se where people can come in on their own and kind of have free reign of the facility, simply because it's more of a class structure. We want to really teach and handhold and create some supervision.
Right.
Yep.
So somebody can come here for private training? Like let's say there was someone that said, I want to weight train 3 times a week. Yeah. I want to do it with somebody the entire time. You can do that here? Is that with Stacy?
We have Stacy on Wednesdays, and then Beacon has Lindsay on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays.
Stacy must be a ball of fire. I don't know if I'd want her yelling at me.
That's right. Wednesdays are a lot of energy in here. You walk in and it's quite fun.
Yep. So I keep going back to Fitness Collaborative.
Yeah.
Is there another one of these in Maine?
Good question. Their models are evolving. And again, I think because of COVID, but Cape Integrative is a lovely place, and they complement very much a very similar model to what we do. And I try not to think of the word competition. I think of the word of working together as a community. We're offering our community a variety of things, and so so I think of them when I think of something similar.
So you're kind of seeing the business model evolve?
Yes.
And you feel like you're on the front end of that then?
I do. Here in Maine. I haven't done really the due diligence to see what else is out in the United States that is similar to this, but
we're a pretty small sample here
I
in Maine
know.
of just about anything.
That's exactly right.
So well, I was going to ask if it was something where you can purchase a membership, but right now it's classes and private training.
That's right, exactly. And you can do solo swimming independently in there. You can take hydro fitness classes. You can do a fitness tune-up with a physical therapist that's out of pocket, that's customized if you want to return to run, train
that's like
for Beacon.
Full body off restoration.
You got it.
Perfect.
You got
I could use that.
Yep, exactly.
You kind of beat yourself up over the years. We probably both could.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and you're going to do an event. You've got an event coming up. Tell me about that.
So, great question. Thank you for asking. Actually, part of our mission and a really big catalyst for our model here is education, educating our community. Because what I have found, again, over the years is that when people come in, oftentimes they're scared and discouraged because they don't know what's wrong with their shoulder. They don't know how it happened or what the expectation is. And so that comes down to a lot of education. And so I've been, one of the things I'm passionate about is educating each person when they walk in the door about expectations and what's happening with their body. So when they leave, I didn't do much in terms of physical stuff necessarily all the time, but what I gave them was expectations and confidence, and I use the model and awareness of how you're lined up and why. And when things make sense to people and they know how long it's going to take, give or take, they walk out feeling, okay, I can do this. Like this is, so with that said, we're kicking off our first seminar in May, and it's Dr. Carla DiGiarlarmo, sorry.
Okay, yep, I would need to write that down.
I know, you might want to do whatever with that part, but
You edit that.
edit that part. But yes, so she's lovely and wonderful, triple board certified OBGYN endocrinologist, and aging athletes, where we can all relate to aging athletes.
I think it's been 2017 since I actually didn't hurt.
Right,
You know?
right, and the hormone, yes. Well, and
mean,
also, Bob, I'm just going to
something
say,
always hurts.
yeah, well, you're compact too,
Yeah.
and learning about your body.
That's
you
a
know.
nice way to describe it, is compact. Isn't she nice?
You're compact. That's right.
Powerful.
You're
powerful.
You're a brick.
Stop. I'm gonna have to go across the street for some psychotherapy.
In all good ways.
Yeah, but
That's right.
all kidding aside, though, I mean, it
Yeah.
started with a foot, and then you got the
Right.
L5, S1,
And it's all connected.
and then now the elbow, and I'm
Right.
like, what? I didn't even do anything.
That's
I was
right.
minding my own business.
That's
You know,
right.
and I'm all banged up.
That's
and,
right.
But I can see that amongst people that we've done a lot of triathlon stuff and
Yeah.
endurance, and you get banged up if you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah,
I almost
right.
think that we could use like deep tissue massage once a week
That's right. And lots of hydration.
just to keep
and-
going down the road.
That's right. Stay lubricated.
Yeah.
You know.
But what about somebody that doesn't, that's not out riding their bike 50 miles on a
Yeah.
Saturday or
Right.
doing an 8-mile run
Yep.
or whatever, just normal run-of-the-mill people? What are some things they can do to keep going down the road straight without having to come in and need to be on this table?
Yes. And that is, I think that's healthy. Moderation.
Right.
What we've all learned at
Yeah.
this stage of the game is anything extreme is uncomfortable after a while. And I think a couple things that come to mind are consistency. Pick what you love to do
Yep.
and do it moderately, 2 or 3 times a week, and train for it. Training being, do your core exercise, do your glute exercise, get ready for skiing, get ready for hiking, whatever your thing, gardening, whatever your thing is. Stay consistent and find a friend, find a buddy, stay a part of a community.
Yep.
I can't emphasize enough, when people feel attached and a part of showing up to a class, showing up to the massage
They
therapist.
identify with something.
They identify, and they keep, so when you're having a bad day, your buddy's gonna be like, I don't care if you're having a bad day, we're gonna go up this hill together. We're gonna
Right.
make it happen. And having that push, Stacy's pushed me up a hill a million times, and when she's having a bad day, I'll push her up that hill,
Right.
whether it's physically or verbally or whatever it is.
Right, whatever she needs at the time. Yeah.
And I think that was yet another thing that happened during COVID, was we were detached from our communities. We
it's
derailed,
brutal.
we
Yeah.
derailed emotionally, we derailed physically, and we're all just starting to come out from that. And
Yep.
yet that was another catalyst for this facility, was finding community, finding motivation. If nothing else, what we cultivate here is hope, empowerment, education. Like, come here, be a part. Whether you know what you're doing or not, we can help you learn how to do this
Right.
stuff safely and have fun. And you'll want to come back. And when you want to come back and have fun, quality of life improves. Whether I'm fixing your rotator cuff or not, when you're a part of a community, speaking for myself, it's invaluable.
Yeah, well, we've taught a number of different people with we interviewed Mike Foley, we interviewed
Yeah.
his brother, we interviewed Stan Schofield at Schofield Sports Performance, and Stan said, he's got a bunch of kids in there.
Yeah.
So I said, what are you selling? He says, I'm selling basically self-esteem for kids.
Yeah.
I said to Mike, what are you selling? And it's really quality of life,
Yeah,
right? And
that's
you
right.
just said hope and empowerment.
Yes.
And all that
Yeah.
stuff helps with mindset.
And
it keeps-
ultimately, health and fitness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really interesting that kind of the recurring theme is just, it's not so much from the shoulders down
Yeah.
as from the shoulders up, and
Yep.
just how you feel. And
Right.
you probably can see it in the people's body language, and they walk
got
through
it.
the door where you're like,
That's
oh
right.
man, this guy's been hurt for a while. He's
Yeah.
just slumped over and like, I don't know, I got to go to PT for 6
Right.
weeks. And
Right.
and can you fix this or can't you? And it's been so long, and I'm so
Right.
tired of it. But
That's right.
sometimes people don't get out ahead of something either, right? I mean, I know people in my family, that's struggling with a certain thing or whatever, and it's been a while,
Right.
and I'm like,
Right.
hey, if you don't
Address it.
jump on it,
Yeah.
and the longer you don't address it or it doesn't get fixed, the harder it can be to fix.
That's right. The longer it lingers, and to that point, exactly, is there's that cognitive piece that happens. You
Right.
develop a fear behavior, a fear avoidance.
Right.
You don't want to sit a certain way, stand a certain way, and then you have a cascade of other events that happen because of that. And the mind-body piece becomes very real, particularly with back pain. Back
Yeah.
pain is a slippery slope if it's not caught early.
Well, with all the PT people in my life, I'm kind of
An
kind
expert.
of a PT. I mean, really.
Yeah, you are an expert in this one. Exactly.
What would you say to somebody? I mean, coming into a gym or someplace
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
can be a little bit, if you're not
Yep.
somebody that, is used to walking into
Yeah.
a gym or
Yeah.
comfortable going into the physical therapist's office, it can be a little bit sketchy,
Totally.
and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
How do you guys address that and make somebody feel, like, all right, like they want to come back again?
That's a great question. I'm hoping that when people walk in the door, simply by the tone of our voice and our energy, we're like, come on in, check this place out. We
Right.
are not a formal facility. Just by the nature of our personalities, we're pretty fun-loving and
Sure.
like that. I mean, I do have a fart machine in the waiting room that
Perfect.
I push periodically, just saying, like,
Well, this building too. I mean, you pulled this building off the scrap heap. I mean,
oh, I know. It smelled like a diaper.
it was,
Okay, first
it
of
was
all,
light blue color.
it was like
right?
robin egg blue, and it was a daycare, lovely daycare. It was sweet, but we took it down to the studs, and I won't even begin to
Yeah.
tell you what they found behind the studs.
Well, so you guys know we're we're on Gorham Road.
Yep.
Across from the Hannaford. Is it the Scarborough? There's two Hannafords in Scarborough.
Yeah,
Oh, no, Shaw's. I'm
Shaw's
sorry.
right
Across from
there.
Shaw's.
Cumberland Farms
So
there.
it was an old light blue building, and I used to
Yeah.
drive by and go, oof.
Right, a
and
little
then
rough.
when you bought it and
Yeah.
it was going to tear into it, I'm like, wow.
That's an undertaking.
But it looks like $1 million now. And
Thank you.
it's very
Thank you.
inviting. You got a nice sign out front, parking area.
Yep.
It looks like out back you're going to do some.
So outdoor agility work.
Yeah,
So
okay.
this rig can move. It's not anchored into the concrete
Okay.
right now, for better or for worse. And so we can move it out there. And the idea is to actually make functional movement facility out there. So phase 2
Yep.
will be moving some stuff out there and getting concrete slabs out there. We do have a concrete slab. Another thing that COVID enticed us with was to Wi-Fi and get a concrete slab outside, so we can move these tables outside and treat outside.
Wow.
God forbid, should something happen and we need outdoor treatment space,
Right.
we actually have outdoor treatment space that we can accommodate in shoulder season.
That's the thing that, I mean, COVID woke everyone up to that.
Yes,
People were,
exactly.
Foley was wheeling bikes outside. Just
That's right, not
doing
being
his spin
afraid.
classes just so they could get
Exactly.
going.
Right,
and operate.
Right, and it was a slight silver lining. Like, yeah, I can put a jacket on and I can actually CrossFit my ass outside. I don't need to be actually right here.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
not to be afraid of it.
Well, cool. This is really a neat facility. I like it. Tell me more about the pool.
The
Getting
pool?
back to that,
Yes,
because
yeah.
people might we say pool.
Yeah.
It's not an in the ground pool. This is
Right.
above the ground.
Yep. Yeah,
it's a
hydro
swim spa.
Swim spa.
Yeah.
That's right, with an underground or underwater tread.
Yep.
And that was actually one of the big pieces of this facility too. Was that a lot of clients over the years, we're an aging, we're a very old state, as everybody knows, and we still want to move. And a lot of people don't tolerate initially land-based exercise. And so again, another thing I was referring people to, go to the YMCA, go to aquatic classes. That all shut down,
Right.
and we actually don't have a lot of, as a swimmer, triathlete,
Yep.
go between 3 and 3:30
Oh.
before the swim team, after the aquatic class,
It's like trying to get ice time as a hockey player,
exactly,
right? Yeah.
exactly. So trying to find, it's 90 degrees in there, so warm water, and also a lot of things that I heard from my clientele over the years was, I don't want to get into a bathing suit in front of everybody.
Right.
And, that is a barrier. It's a comfort for many people. And so it's private.
They
It's
go in and
private.
just do
There's
their thing.
2 changing rooms with showers, and you have essentially the room to yourself. There may be one other person that's changing or getting out, but you essentially have the swim spa to yourself, which is a
Are
lovely
you
thing.
doing video and stuff in there so you can, if somebody wanted to critique their stroke?
You nailed it. So we actually, from Australia, the Swim Pro company, I got an underwater Swim Pro that Bluetooths into an iPad. And so I can record that. I can send it to a physician. I can send it to a trainer. I can send it to the patient. All of that.
Do you have any coaches that are doing private training that may bring an athlete in and work them out here?
Not yet, but that would be lovely.
That would be lovely. No, that'd be good, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
I know. Well done.
Not even a PT, also a marketing guru.
Jack of all trades.
Mitchell gives me a hard time.
I know.
So, well, cool. This has been great. A couple of things I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
I was doing my homework earlier today, saying, what am I going to talk to Erin about? And I think I asked Foley the same thing. Was, if you were on TV and addressing the nation, what would you say to our country about health and fitness?
Yeah, good question. I would say it's out there. Small steps. Find what you're truly passionate about, whether it's gardening or walking with a friend or biking. Small pieces, big pieces. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Pick something and try it 5 minutes a day. And ideally, find a friend that wants to do that with you and just try to stay consistent. And I think our country is so busy, and pulled in so many directions that falls on the priority list. And if we can...
Yeah, I can attest to this. If you're having a busy day, the first thing that goes out the window is what?
Exercise. Get it done first thing in the morning. That's the other thing. First thing, after you brush your teeth.
I always find that if I don't get it done before noon, particularly on a weekend,
that's right.
50% chance it's not getting done at all.
That's right.
Yep. And your desire to do it just wanes over the course of the day. So
that's right.
You get out of bed and get after it. That made me think about something.
Yeah.
Talk about, can someone come here for nutrition counseling?
Thank you for saying that. Yes, I'm sorry. And another thing, telehealth. So our nutritionist is actually based out of Brooklyn, New York.
No
and
kidding.
She's a dear friend of mine. She has her PhD in diabetes is actually her specialty. Yep, but nutrition all the way from hospital acute care nutrition needs to a variety of outpatient and all the rest of us.
Yeah, so somebody would come in and meet with her virtually?
Virtually, so you can sign up online actually, and she gets a notification and she sends you a Zoom link and boom, so from the comfort of your couch.
Wow, which is where you shouldn't be.
That's right.
Right?
That's right. That's right.
First order of business. Get up.
Stand up.
Stand up. Stand up. Work with
Step
me.
one.
I mean, you've been doing this 18 years
Yeah.
now. What are you seeing for trends? Are you seeing people getting like more in shape or less fit or deconditioned or more injured? What are you seeing?
Good question. A couple things. There is that COVID 20-pound thing that I'm seeing in here. A lot of men and women coming in being like, I did gain weight. And again, that disconnect from their community, the break of routine.
Right.
The routine was broken.
But it gave everybody an excuse too. COVID.
I know.
My car won't start. COVID.
COVID. Oh my God, it's so true.
Right.
So yes, and when people get, it's a personality thing too. When some people get derailed, they'll never find that train track again. But I'm hoping, and what we do in here is, we've got it all set up for you. Just push go. Just push go. Show up once. Show up once. Give us a chance, or give somebody else a chance. Give a different facility. I don't care where you go.
Right.
Just stand up, and at the end of the day, you become happier with yourself. Number one, and then that trickles into your relationships. It trickles into your family. It trickles into your workplace. You become a happier, healthy human if you do something for yourself first.
Right.
Healthy.
No, I was talking with Stan, and I said, I don't have time to drive 30 minutes to his facility.
Right.
I don't have time. I don't want to do. But you know what?
No more excuses.
It's an appointment.
That's
And
right.
I go.
That's right, because you've signed up for it and somebody's banking on you going.
And we have a program, and I have to check the box.
That's
and
right.
It's just
That's right.
It's what I need.
That's right.
Because
That's right.
you wouldn't think of me as somebody that needed a kick in the ass, but at 52 years old, I'm like,
That's right.
I don't really want to do it.
Yeah.
And so I found a way to make sure that I do it.
That's right.
So, and that's what I would say to people too. If you like Erin said, if you
connect with something,
accountability partner, or like we used to have a tri club or whatever.
Right.
So I
just
knew
wouldn't
that
miss.
there were 4 or 5 people that were going to ride their bike that day. So I, even though I didn't really want to, I knew they probably didn't want to either. But we were all going to get it done.
And you always felt how much better after.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, your day, it was a reset button. Your perspective on life was better. You're like, I can conquer anything after I run with Stacy, or I bike with you, or I do something or a walk with a friend.
Yep.
Well,
the other thing I would say too is that we think about exercise and health and fitness as a workout, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
Just
Get a dog.
Yeah, get a dog.
Right? I mean,
get a bunny, get something, and just
get a
move
bike,
it.
ride
That's
a
right.
decent trail. It doesn't have
That's
to be
right.
like, okay, I'm going to do 5 reps at this. I'm going to lift
That's
this
right.
weight or whatever. do some things that are active. You know, I park my truck when I go to Hannaford. I park in the you just drive my daughter nuts. Dad, why do you park out here?
Right.
Because you're going to walk and be glad that you can.
That's right, exactly.
You know?
Use your legs.
Take your cart back.
I know, Dan. These little
Now, if you don't take your cart back today, they're coming for you. Right?
That's right, exactly. They are coming
like,
for you. I know. You're like, wasn't me.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, well, and I was going to ask, you know, what suggestion might you have for a family that's looking to just get more healthy and, you know, do things.
Yeah.
You know, and that would be one of them. So.
Yeah, that would be one. We actually had a family come in. There's 4 reformers there, and they signed up with Salud, and they came in as a family and did a night. They had an intro Pilates program, and they loved it.
So the reformer is the piece of equipment that you do Pilates on.
That's exactly right.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, those look interesting. I've never got on one of those. I'm pretty sure I'd end up
like all sides.
probably twisted into a pretzel somehow.
Yeah,
probably
it's good.
break that piece of that apparatus.
That's right.
But
You're like, I'll pass right now.
he'd send me a bill when I leave. Those things are.
Get your toolbox out.
Well, anything that we haven't talked about that you do in this facility that's really cool that you want to cover? I see a Peloton bike.
That's right. We do have some. Well, that's for all of us to jump on when we can't squeeze anything in. Again, a nice 5 or 10 minute little workout there. I think. No, we just like to have a good time and do good work. You know.
What's next? Are you going to open another one of these?
That's right. Well, we've got an acre over there, so that's phase 2. I've always said.
Really? So expand this facility before you would do another location.
Yes, the idea being kind of get your thumb on the pulse of what's the need, what's the next need that we don't have in this area for health and wellness, and that, which is actually exciting right now, where MOAC and some of the volunteers from MOAC are going to be building trails out here for mountain biking and for people of all abilities to walk on uneven terrain. There'll be blazes and benches and weaving through and up and over the 1 acre out here in the woods. So we're excited about that.
I mean, this is a new business and a new spot. I mean, what were some of the biggest hurdles you had just getting going? Other than the renovation.
Before we even started, there was a 12% increase in the cost of this building, even before I signed the contract with the contractor because of supply chain issues. I have to say, I am so grateful for the town of Scarborough and the community in this area, and our builder, David Simino, who did the work there.
Stroud Water Construction.
Stroud Water Construction. They did beautiful work, timely, and working with the town of Scarborough and all of the other subcontractors in the area. They were.
I came in when they were drywalling.
So grateful.
And it just came through. I didn't catch you that day, but.
Oh, that's right.
There was a lot going on here.
A lot going on, and they were all wonderful. And I don't think that's always the case. And I think I lucked out, but I also had an amazing team.
Yeah, and David's been doing it a long time. He does a fantastic job.
That's right.
Yep. Well, what else? Anything else?
Oh my gosh, just glad to be here and glad that you came in to visit us, and excited to just get the community up and going, men and women and children. And
are they aware you're here in Scarborough?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Soon. Yeah.
All right.
We're advertising.
What are you? So you're on Instagram.
On Instagram, on Facebook.
So on Facebook, you're H2O Fitness Collaborative.
That's
on
right.
Instagram, you're H2O Fit Co.
Yep.
So H2O Fit Co.
That's right. And our website has updates all the time.
Yep.
And our seminar is coming up May 1st.
That's a Sunday.
That's a Sunday.
Okay.
And we're hoping that you would be willing to do our next education seminar in August.
Well, I'd love to be involved.
Yes,
it's
good.
going to be fun.
Yeah, so if
pick something I'm passionate about and talk about it.
Yep, and bring a friend if you want to.
I don't like to talk much.
No,
so.
not at all.
Okay.
Not good at it.
Bring a friend. 207-289-6001 is how you get a hold of them here at H2O Fitness Collaborative. This is Erin Cooke McAllister, physical therapist. She runs that show here and everything else. She's the straw that stirs the drink around here, right?
Apparently.
And so if you have questions, look them up online, reach out. Again, I'm Bob Turner. This is the Ordinary People Doing Extraordinary Things podcast. Definitely a new name. I'm taking suggestions. Again, I own and operate Turner Builders, but we're doing this kind of on the side for fun and just to kind of get some exposure for people that are doing cool things.
Thank you.
And just to continue to build the brand, so to speak. I want to thank Mitchell Powers from Powers Promotions for sitting in the chair behind that camera and laughing at all my jokes and just generally doing a good job. Erin, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob, very much.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me, and I'm looking forward to being here on May 1st.
Great.
All right,
Thank you.
take care. Thank you. Thank you, guys.